Hey everyone, Tech OG here, representing those who are 40 and up with other tech. And this video I'm creating is to celebrate the handheld PC market right now. The handheld PC market has been growing slowly but steadily. And right now there's a number of different companies that are out with their products for sale for those who are interested in a handheld PC. So it's a pretty exciting time right now for those who are in the market for handheld PCs. So I just want to talk about the different companies that are out there right now and the products that they have available for those who are interested in a handheld PC. The first company I want to talk about is, in my opinion, the one company that started all of this, started the market for handheld PCs, and that company is GPD. Now, with GPD, they created the GPD Win 1, and I've owned that, and in my opinion, that was a very successful, their first successful handheld PC. And after that, they made an array of other handheld PCs, or mini PCs. So I'm on their website right now, and so this is basically their story. So out of the units that they have this one called the GPD Pocket 3. I wouldn't necessarily call this their flagship. I'll show you their flagship that I believe is in a few seconds. But this one is a pretty cool one because it has a swivel screen. It's kind of modular, so you can put on different ports on the back of it. It's pretty cool. It also runs an 11th generation Intel processor. So it also has Thunderbolt. So it has the GPD Pocket 3. They've also created the GPD P2 Max, the GPD XP, the GPD Win Max, the GPD Win 3, and in my opinion, this one is their flagship device, and the GPD Micro PC. These are the ones that are in their store right now. But if you go on eBay, you can find some other types of GPD products, such as the GPD Win 2, which is, in my opinion, their best created handheld PC. Well, yeah, I also want to talk about some pros and cons for each of the companies and their products. Now, I'm not talking about anyone specifically right now, so I'm going to be talking mainly in general for a lot of these products, because some of these companies have similar products as the other companies. So, as far as the pros for GPD, with this company, it's one of the first that, it's the first for me that made successful handheld PCs. So you're getting a pretty good company when it comes to GPD. They're a Chinese company, so as far as customer service, it's very blotty. But as far as products, you're getting good products with GPD. Another pro, you have a nice array of devices that you can choose from. So if you want the PC type, just a regular PC type, you can get this one. Or if you want controls on the PC, then you want the GPD Win 3. So you have a nice array of different devices. Another pro, some of the devices can use a stylus. So the Pocket 3 can use a stylus. Now, you can't just use any stylus. You have to find out the technology of the stylus to see if you can use styluses of different companies. But this particular stylus has been made for the GPD Pocket 3. I'm not sure if you can use a different stylus, but still, you can use a stylus on this one and the GPD P2, which is awesome. So just a few other devices you can use a stylus on. And one of the best things that, or pro, I can say, for these devices, you can expand the storage. So you can, if you're savvy, get yourself a little screwdriver, take out the back, and find your way to the SSD. And for the most part, you can replace the SSD on all of the GPD products. Or I would say most, because this one right here is not actually a handheld PC. So scratch that one. But I would say for The ones that are actual PCs, you can swap out the SSD to expand the storage. So if you want a 2 terabyte, you can get one. If you want an 8 terabyte, you can also get one as well. So that's what makes this particularly cool. The only downside, or the only con about that I know of about GPD and these handhelds, they're pretty expensive. So you're looking at $1,100, a little over $1,100, $1,200 for the Pocket 3. Depending on the specs, it can be pretty pricey. So if you're in the market for GPD products, just make sure that you save a pretty penny plus tax for these devices. Another company that makes handheld devices or handheld PCs, and this is my favorite company right now. GPD is great, don't get me wrong, but I like this one a lot more. And this company is OneNet. And these are the websites. These are the actual websites that I'm showing you on my computer. So I can put these websites in the comment section if you want to jump to them and see the products for yourself. With OneNet, I really like this company because they make a PC, a well-rounded PC for those who want to play and for those who want to work. As a matter of fact, the PC that I'm using right now, this is made by OneNet. This is the OneMix 4, and I really like this one. This is by far, out of all the mini PCs, my favorite out of any of them that I've had or owned before. As far as the products that OneNet makes, you can go to here. They make some game PCs or handheld PCs. So they have the One Player 1S, the One GX1 Pro, and the One GX1. As far as micro PCs or small PCs, they have the OneNet A1, and they have other devices as well. So your business PC class, they have the OneMix class. So this OneMix 4 is considered a business class PC. And they also have the OneMix 3, the OneMix 2, and also the OneMix 1. Like I said, I have that one right there, the OneMix 4. Now, what I really like about OneNet, one of the pros that I want to talk about, every PC that OneNet makes can use a stylus. It can use a stylus that's provided by OneNet, or you can use third-party styluses. For my OneMix 4, I'm using the very first Microsoft stylus for this one, and it works extremely well, including the eraser. The eraser definitely works on this device too. It is so awesome. As you can see, there's a little dot right there that shows you that it's being responsive to the screen. So using a stylus on every, and I mean every, OneNet device, that makes it cool for those who want to use it at work, in the classroom as I'm in. It just works phenomenally. So having a stylus is just awesome. Another pro, OneNet also has a nice array of devices. I've already mentioned the names of them. You can go on the website and take a look at them. Click on the link to see the specs of them. This is the one I have. I really like that one. There's the One GX1 Pro. I have the original One GX1 at home. Really like that one too. There's the A1. This one has a swivel screen, and that one is a OneMix. Either that's a 1 or a 2. They're pretty small, pretty powerful. Uses Intel processors. And however, the One X player uses AMD processors. So if you're a fan of AMD processors, you can, and the graphics chips, you can buy one of these that has AMD. And another pro for OneNet, just like GPD, you can expand the storage. You can expand the storage on some of the devices via micro SD card, or if you're savvy, open it up and expand the SSD. And you can do that pretty much with any of the devices that OneNet carries. And the only con that I can see right now is, just like GPD, these are pretty expensive as well. You can probably go on eBay, you might find yourself a good deal if you're savvy and looking for a deal, but just buying it flat out from the company, they can get pretty expensive as well. So you can look at $1,000, $1,100, depending on the specs. You can even look at up to $1,500 for one of these devices. So just make sure that you save up enough money to buy one of these if you're interested in one of the netbooks. Another company that makes handheld PCs, this company is called Aya, and they created the Aya Neo. Now, I really love the design of the Aya Neo. This really feels excellent in your hands, and it's very reminiscent of the Nintendo Switch. So it has a thin body. That's one of the pros for this particular device. Good button layouts, a lot more buttons than your GPD or your OneNet devices. And all of these particular handhelds run on AMD chips. So if you're definitely a fan of AMD, then Aya Neo might be the route that you want to go on. As far as pros for the Aya, that was pretty much it that I can come up with. Runs the AMD chips, thin body, nice analog sticks. Pretty much all of these have had nice analog sticks. And the only kind that I can come up with is also expensive. So you're looking at $925 for the original Aya Neo, $1,215 for the Pro. What's this one? Oh, you got some accessories. And there might be one or two other Aya Neos that are not listed here that are available to buy, like the Aya Neo Next. That one is their newest one, so I'll say that one is their flagship, and that one's going to be pretty expensive too. And from what I know, one of the Aya Neo Next devices is the first to have 32 gigabytes of RAM. That is impressive. That is awesome. So if you're interested in that, like I said, the link will be in the comment section. Now, this next handheld PC is technically not a handheld PC, but it can be in the category of handheld PCs. And that can be your smartphone. How is that, you say? Now, this is a show running on a computer at my house, being streamed right here on my phone. And this is done by an app or from this company called Parsec. Now, with Parsec, if you download the app and install it on your phone, and download the program on your PC, you can stream your PC onto your smart device. So basically, you don't need a very powerful smart device. If your PC is powerful, then that will make this powerful. So anything that's running on your computer at home, you are running it right here on your smartphone. And so since a lot of smartphones have Bluetooth connectivity, you can connect a mouse and a keyboard to it and make it a handheld PC. So let me show you. So this is my PC, like I said, running on my phone or streaming on my phone. So you need to have a good connection. Wi-Fi 6 will be great if you have it on your phone. And you can control your PC right here on your phone. How cool is that? And what makes this even cooler, another pro, if you connect a controller to this via, if you use one that connects directly to the port or a Bluetooth controller, you can play games right on your phone from your PC. That is so awesome. And if you do decide to include this in your handheld PCs, this can be considered the least expensive because, again, the computer at home has to be powerful for you to run particular items and programs and games. So you don't necessarily need a powerful smartphone. You just need a great connection. So if your smartphone has Wi-Fi 6 or it can connect to Wi-Fi 6, then you can run your games at a really good stream and not have a lot of hiccups. So this can be considered the least expensive handheld PC that you could have. Now the biggest gripe about using Parsec, even though it's awesomely cool to have a PC on your smartphone, your PC at home has to be running. The PC and a screen has to be on at all times in order for you to use Parsec. There's no other way around it. You can't just have your desktop on. You got to have a screen on as well. So for people that are at your house, if you're at work, they can see what you're doing on your screen. So you can't be sneaky about stuff. That's the biggest gripe about using Parsec. Now with me, there's nobody home right now. Well, my puppy's at home, so that's why I'm running shows so that he's not lonely. But like I said, there's the screen running and there's the PC running at all times. So it's cool for me in that aspect where there's no one at home looking at what I'm looking at or on my computer or this screen. So that's a plus for there. But plus, it's good for me, but not might be good for other people. And because you have your PC and your screen running, another con would be that you're running energy into them all the time. So your electricity bill may go up because it's constantly being run all the time in order for you to use it to stream on your smart device. So those are things you have to consider if you decide to use Parsec as your handheld PC device. And the last company that's making handheld PCs is Valve. And Valve has created the Steam Deck. A lot of people are very excited about the Steam Deck right now. Pre-orders they sold out fast. They're still shipping. Some people are still waiting for their Steam Deck. But for those who have it, from what I've been seeing on YouTube, they're very happy with this device. With the Steam Deck, you can run all of your games, all of your games that you already have in your Steam library, right here on the Steam Deck using Steam OS. It's awesome. The body is very thin too, reminiscent to the Aya Neo. Has some nice grips for your hands, nice shoulder buttons, has the same array of buttons and joysticks as your other handheld PCs. But again, this runs your Steam library right here on your Steam Deck. Not every game is compatible. As a matter of fact, pretty much all of the handheld PCs may have compatibility issues with certain games. So definitely check and make sure that the games that you like will run on the system that you choose. But again, with this, run Steam OS, so that's a great thing. And another pro, this can also run emulators. I mean, you can also decide to gut this, take off the Steam OS, and put on Windows on this. But I would suggest you keep Steam OS on there. A lot of people do suggest that. But you usually can run emulators on Windows. But there are some users on YouTube that have found out ways to run emulators on here using Linux. And that is totally awesome. So Yuzu, Simu, Citra, all those emulators you can run on the Steam Deck, and that is awesome. Even the Xbox emulator, Xenia, that is so cool. And it also has expandable storage. Now, you can expand the SSD if you would like. Valve does not suggest you do that, but you can swap out the SSD. However, the SSD is a smaller SSD compared to the other companies. The SSD size is a 2230, and those are not very plentiful. Now with GPD and OneNet book, you can use a 2242 or even the longest one, the 2280, which is 80 centimeters. So those are pretty plentiful. And with the 2280, you can get up to 8 terabytes of delicious storage. That is awesome. Can't do that for the Steam Deck. The largest, I think, for the SSD is 2 terabytes, but those are pretty rare to find. So your 1 terabyte will be your largest as far as your SSD. But this also has a micro SD card slot where you can expand the storage that way. So you can expand that up to 1 terabyte as well. So you can't get as much storage on here as you can with a GPD or OneNet book or even the Aya Neo. You can even swap out that SSD to an 8 terabyte SSD, which is totally awesome for that as well. So not as much storage for this one, but this is really exciting. And the biggest pro for this one it's the least expensive handheld PC. Again, if you count Parsec, this will be your least expensive, but as far as your actual handheld PC hardware, this is your least expensive. As you can see, $399 for the smallest storage tier, and up to $649 for the largest tier. And again, that you can't beat that price. I mean, that's like half the price of any GPD product or any OneNet product. So, great price for this, but it's not a full Windows unit. This uses again Linux. So if you're looking at Windows, then you want to get GPD or INEO or OneNet, or even Parsec if you're interested in that. So those are all of your companies that make these devices, and it's, like I said, really exciting to see all of these companies. Like I said, it started with GPD, then OneNet came, and then who else came? IA came after OneNet, and then Valve came. And because all of these companies are coming out with these devices, showing that there is a market for those who like handheld PCs, we'll hopefully see some other companies come into the picture, such as maybe Dell, HP, or even Razer. Who knows? Razer may make their own handheld PC. I can see that definitely in the foreseeable future. So, if you enjoyed this video of seeing all of these different companies and their different devices, I hope you do. And let me know, which team would you choose? Would you choose Team GPD, Team OneNet, Team Parsec, which is a nice viable contender, Team Valve, or Team IA Neo? Or IA, I would say, which is the company name. Which team would you choose? Let me know in the comment section. If you already have a device, let me know what device you have, why you like it, let other people know. And if you like the video, of course, leave that thumbs up on the bottom or at the top, I meant to say. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends about my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video.